Welcome to Primavera P6 tutorial. In this tutorial we will go through the basics of Primavera P6 and schedule our project in Primavera, and the project will be our at water tank as shown in the drawings. So let's get started. First of all, I will open Primavera. After opening Primavera, we will go through this type of interface. In Primavera, before starting any project, we have to define the EPS. For defining EPS, we will go to Enterprise tab and then Enterprise project structure. After going to enterprise project structure, we can see some pre-default EPS present in Primavera. So for defining our own, I will click on add button. So for example, I will demote it, and for example, if my company name is Sky Heights, I will name it as Sky Heights, and I will give it ID as SKH. Okay. Under Sky Heights, I want to create a node such as construction department as construction and works. I will give it ID as CNW, and its names will be construction and works. So under construction and works, I want to create two separate nodes, one as buildings and other as highways. So I will create I will emote it and name it as buildings. I give it ID as BLD and name it as buildings. And building and one department as highways, HW highways, and name it as highways. So I have created an EPS. My company name is Sky Heights, and under Sky Heights I have a department of construction and works, and under construction of works I have two departments, one is building and other is highways. So I will close it. After creating EPS, now I have to define the OBS. OBS is the organizational breakdown structure. For defining OBS, I will again go to Enterprise tab and then OBS. Here I have already defined the OBS. We can if you want to modify, you can modify it or define your own OBS. So I am okay with it. We can also view it in chart view. For this is the OBS. I will set it as align them horizontal. Okay, I will show you the OBS. Set it. So this is my OBS. I have under my company I have a general manager. Under general manager I have project manager, purchasing manager, engineer manager, and so on. And under project manager I have section chief, documenter, site engineers. You can modify it according to your need or create your own OBS. So I will go back to table view and close it. We have defined EPS and OBS, and now we have to define the calendar, the working hours, working days. So for defining calendars, we will go to the calendar, enterprise, and then calendars. There are some already created calendars. So if we want to create new calendar, I will go to add button, and for example, I want to modify this 5x8. I will name it as I want 6 working days in a week, so I will name it as 6 cross 8, 6 working days and 8 hours per shift. So I have created a now I want to modify it. I will go to modify and go to detail work hours per day. So now I want to modify this calendar. I will go to work weeks and select Monday to Saturday as working, and I will start my work at 8 o'clock till 5 in the evening, and I will set it to working, and from 12 to 1 o'clock there will be break, so I will set it as non-working. So I will press OK. Now I have defined the working days and working hours. Now I have to also define the time periods. So it is asking me to specify the number of work hours for each time period. Every day I want to work for 8 hours per day. Per week it will be 48 hours in a week, and in month I will have 192 hours, and hours per years will be 2304. I will press OK and close it. Now I have defined my EPS, OBS, and my calendar. Now we will have to select our currency. For selecting the currency, I will go to edit and then user preferences. Under user preferences you can see currency. I have set it to PKR. If you want to work in USD you can select it, or any currency you want to work. I am okay with PKR, so I will close it. And we can also check the other settings such as time units. Unit of time is set to hours, dates, format, every you can check here. I will close it. Now I have to create a project. For creating a project I will go to this new project, or we can also go from file. New project have it is asking me to select the EPS. For I will select my EPS as buildings under my company Sky Heights, and from this plus button I will select my EPS, and then I will go to next. I want to schedule our overhead water tank, so I will give it ID as OHWT, overhead water tank, and the project name will be overhead water tank. So after giving the project name I will click on next, and it is asking me to select the project and start date. I will select it as 24th of February, and the starting time will be 8 in the morning. Then next, responsible manager, I have to, from the OBS I have to select a responsible manager, so I will select project manager, and then next I will choose the standard dates. And next we have created a project in Primavera. Now I want to open this project. For opening this project I have to right click on this project and open project. Now project has been opened. Now I have to define my activity, WBS and activities. Before defining WBS and activities we have to assign this project a calendar. So after clicking on this project I will define it as a calendar. So I have defined it 6/8. From plus button I have assigned this calendar. So now I will go to my project. Now I have to define a WBS. For defining WBS, on the left side of the screen you can see this button as WBS. I will click on it. Now WBS tab has opened. A WBS. For creating WBS, on the right side of the screen I will click on this add button, and WBS has been created. So I have created my WBS here in the Excel. I will show I have this WBS 1 2 3 4. I have WBS as milestone, foundation work, columns and bracing, and tank construction. So I will create the WBS in Primavera. I will create 4 WBS 2 3 and 4. I will demote it. Now I have created WBS, so I will name it as milestones. The other work will be foundation work, and the other will be columns and bracing. Next one will be tank construction. So we can create as many WBS you want. So for me these 4 will be enough. So I have to define the activities. For defining activities, you will, on the left side of the screen you have to click on this activities tab, and we will move to activities. Before creating activities I will refresh. We can press F5, or from the file button we can refresh. Now this is my project overhead water tank, and under overhead water tank I have created 4 WBS: milestones, foundation work, columns and bracing, tank construction. So I want to create my activities under. So I will select my milestone and create activities. It's like same procedure for of creating activity as in WBS. I will click on the add button, and my first activity will be start milestone, and the second I will create under it as finish milestone. So I will select the, for start milestone I will select the activity type as start milestone, and for finish milestone I will select the activity as finish milestone. Okay, so I have created activities. The start and finish milestone activities have 0 duration. So now I have to create my remaining activities. So I have already created these activities in Excel. Now I will copy paste them. The first one will be excavation. So I will just copy paste in add, and I will name excavation. Under excavation I have under excavation I have laying of plain cement concrete, so I will copy it and add all the activities under it. So if I want to give the duration, I can give this excavation duration as 1 day, and applying of for example laying of plain cement concrete, this will also take my 1 day, so I will set the duration as 1. In the same procedure I will create all the activities under it, so I will speed up this process. So till now I have created my activities and I have assigned them durations. Now I have to link my activities. For linking the activities I can click on my start milestone and I will go to a successor. For successor I will go to assign button, and then for start milestone I have successor of excavation. I will set the excavation, double click, and excavation has been created. So if I want to link them all them at once, I will select all the activities in by holding shift button. I have selected all the activities and I will click right click, and then I will link my activities. So all the activities have been linked. You can see here in the Gantt chart my activities have been linked. After linking the activities, I will see the final inspection and handover will have a successor of finish milestone. I will set the finish milestone. So I have assigned the activity relations. Now I want to, if you want to add lead or lag, you can add in the activity section. For example, I want to add after a laying of plain cement concrete, I want a lag of 5 days, so I will set the lag as 5. And after, for example, after concreting and curing, I want a lag of 15 days. I will add the lag of 15 days. Likewise there I want a lag of 15 days, so I will, after each concreting I want a lag of 15 days, so I will add a lag of 15 days in each concreting after every concreting. So lag concreting. So I till now I have created my activities, I have linked them, assigned them relationships. Now I want to schedule my project. For scheduling the project, you have to click on this clock button which is schedule. You can also press F9 on the keyboard. I will schedule and press the schedule, click this schedule button. Now my project has been scheduled and the total duration it has of 135 days. The project will start on 24th of February and it will go finish on 12 July 2025. So I have scheduled my project. Now if I want to define resources, for defining resources, you can define the resources from this tab, resources. There are different type of resources in Primavera, such as labor, non-labor, material. Here are some predefined resources. So if I want to define my own resources, I will click on this plus button. A resource has been created, so I want to demote it. I will demote it. A separate resource has been created, R8. Now I want to name by project name, for example overhead water tank. So I will, under this resource I will have for example a site engineer, and under site engineer I will have labor. We have different type of labor. So for example I have labor, skilled labor. So I will create all the resources. Skilled labor, I will demote it because it is working under site engineer, and under I have steel fixer. Steel fixer, I will also demote it. Steel fixer, now I will add my we can set the unit and prices. For example I want to set the unit of and price of site engineer as the standard rate. I will, for example, per hour I am paying site engineer as 2000. I will set it as 2000. And for I have one site engineer, so the at site, so the my maximum units per time will be 8, because I have a 8 hours working shift. So for example labor, I want to pay the labor as 800, so I will enter, put 800 under it. And for skilled labor, if the rate is for example I want to pay him 1200 per hour, 1200 per day. So I will also rectify this. Site engineer is paid 12 per hour, 1200 per hour, and the labor is paid 800 per day. Okay, then I have steel fixer. For example I am paying steel fixer on hourly basis, so I will set it in standard rate as for example 400 per hour. And I want for example 2 steel fixers, so I will set the time as 16 per day, because I have a working shift of 8 hours. And for skill labor I will also assign it in as I want 4 labors, so there will be 32 per day. And I also want 4 labors, it will also be 32 per day. Now I want to assign add my another resource such as concrete mixer. I will add it, name it as concrete mixer. Concrete mixer, and I will set it as non-labor. Then I want a rammer under so I will name it as rammer. We can add multiple resources in Primavera, so I will also demote it, and I will add concrete vibrator, concrete mixer, concrete vibrator. So I have defined my resources for site engineer, labor, skilled labor, steel fixer, concrete mixer, rammer, concrete vibrator. And I have also defined the rates. For example, if we are renting the concrete vibrator, I will set its unit per day rate as 1400 per day. So we have to pay the rent of 1400 for concrete vibrator. So now I have to assign these resources to my activities. For assigning, I will go to the activities, and for example for excavation I will go to resources and then add resource. I want for excavation I will use labor, skilled labor, and for plain cement concrete I will use labor, skilled labor. And for soil compaction using rammer, I will use, for example, concrete rammer. I will use for soil compaction I will use rammer and labor. Okay, so in this way I will assign to all the resources to the activities, and I will speed up this process. Till now I have assigned all the resources to my activities, and we can see here the budgeted total cost is also showing here. For the total cost is 2,52,800, but due to some reason, if this is not showing to you in your Primavera, you can go to set it to view by going to view columns and set any of the field visible. For example, if I want to set the early finish of the project, I can set it to view any of the field I want to set to view. But for me the default settings are okay. I will press OK. So now I will assign a baseline to my project. For assigning a baseline, I will go to project. For assigning baseline, you have to first maintain the baseline. So I will click on maintain baseline and click add button. It is saying me to save a copy of the current project as a new baseline. I will click OK and then click OK. I have maintained a baseline. For assigning baseline, I will assign a baseline so I can have a no. I can check when my to compare the actual and the finishing dates of the project. We have to assign a baseline. So I will select the baseline that I have maintained. I will press OK. Now baseline has been assigned to this project. So now I can compare when the project was actual start and actual finish of the project by checking the baseline. So after assigning the baseline, if we want to we can create reports in we can print it. For printing, you can go to this print preview button, and then you will have the preview. For example, if you want to see the only see the Gantt chart, you will go on the page setup options, and we will only click on the Gantt chart, apply. Okay, you can see in the print section you will only see the Gantt chart. For example, if you want to change the dates, the time scale starts at 28th of December, but you want to start it as 9th of February, you can select as 9th of February as custom date. 9th of February, select, apply. We have shifted the project, and we can do anything. For example, I want to only activity table Gantt chart, I can set, apply. I can also set the page size, page orientation, margins, header footers, everything can be assigned. After applying setting, we can print the project by clicking on the print button, and we can print it to Microsoft Print to PDF, any format if you want. For now I will close it. We can generate reports in Primavera P6. For generating reports, we will go to the tool tabs, and the tool tabs I will go to the reports and reports. Here are some default reports formats and groups. For example, I want to create my own group. I will go to tools, and then under tools I will go to reports, report groups. So I can create my any of my group. For example, I have already created Sky Heights. I create another group. For example, general reports. I will name it the group as general reports. Okay, my group has created. I will see it the report, general reports. So I want to publish a report under this group. I will click on this add button. After clicking, it is showing me a report wizard. I will click on next. I have selected subject. I want to activities. After activities, if you want any of other section, you can add, but I will go for activities. And I want to here it is asking me to show he's asking me to show the from the column section we can set any of the column field visible in our report. For example, I want activity ID. After activity ID, I want activity name. So in the general section we have activity name. I will set it here. After activity name, I want to set the original duration. Original duration will be under, I think, dates. You can also search for any of the field by going to find original duration. Find it. I will set it up here. And original, I also want to see the remaining duration. I will also pull it here. And after I also want to see the budgeted total cost. For budgeted total cost, I will go to the cost section, and here it is the budgeted total cost. After budgeted total cost, I want to also view the actual total cost. I will go to the actual total cost. It is here, and I don't want to see this activity status, so I will demote it. Okay, apply. Okay, so I have set my columns. I will click on next. We can report this name it name this report. For example, I want to set it to our head overhead water tank progress. Okay. I will click on next, run report. I can also set a scene up into preview. This is my report. I can set see the activity ID, activity name, regional duration. We can remove any of the column or add any of the column as I have shown. I will close it, and after I will click on next. It is asking me to the save report. I have saved my reports. Okay, finish. So I hope you like this video.